Hey guys, why am I vlogging now? I am looking for a hobby, something to keep my mind occupied. I'm trying to keep my mind off my job uh, when I'm not working, which is hard to do since I'm basically at work 24/7 for 3 to 4 weeks at a time. Um, like I said, just something to have fun with, and not really a high-tech kind of person. I had got my first cell phone in '03, my first computer in '04, and after about 6 months I got pretty much bored with it and didn't get another computer until '09. I got a laptop because I was looking for a job. But I did start watching YouTube and saw some trucker videos, and which, being that I was an ex-trucker, that's what interested me the most. Saw a lot of them come and go. There's still Ghost of Truckers Past on YouTube, dead channels. Well, not dead, but they're just up there, haunted, I guess. Some people just dropped off the face of the earth. Some just gave it up. Some quit driving, moved on to something else. Whatever. Nothing lasts forever. Now, I'm not looking for it to take over my life or anything like that. I know some YouTubers, truckers, I say 95% of them fall in one of three categories. They either want to whine and moan about the job or the career. They either want to recruit you for the job that they are doing now. I know over the years I've met a lot of drivers that actually made more money recruiting for the company they drove for than they actually drove. And there's a lot of them out on YouTube now doing the same thing. And there's also ones that want to become rich and famous. I do know of two truckers that used to YouTube, and they ended up having their own TV shows for a little while. I'm not looking to do any of that. I don't want that kind of attention. I will not be giving away who I work for, because, like I said, I'm just doing it for a hobby. Also for safety and security reasons. I don't want people to know who I would drive for. Whether or not I could or could not get fired for anything I do is irrelevant. I'm not trying to do that. Though they have been some that got fired for being unprofessional or what have you. And the company was just looking for a reason to get rid of them, basically. There have been other drivers that kept their jobs for doing the same thing. I mean, either way, it all depends on the character and whatever. Besides, no matter where I go, I got this 53-foot billboard following me with the company logo. I'm always representing the company no matter where I go with this truck. With the account I'm on right now, I may be the only contact with the company they get. Everything in trucking is email or phone calls. Customers hardly ever see anybody from the company other than the driver, and that's a lot of stress. Whether you like it or not, that's part of trucking. Also, it's general public. General public sees that logo on your trailer, and the first thing they think about is the first experience they had with that company, whether you were the driver or not. If they saw that truck or saw one of your company trucks rolled over somewhere, or the newspaper got into an accident, killed somebody, whether you like it or not, that's what the first thing they might think of. Also, some first experience might be on YouTube. You see someone whining and complaining about their company, that's what they got to think about when they see your truck going down the road. another reason why choosing a company is more important as far as that goes, because you got to live up or down to what other people think about your company. Drivers have a whole different way of thinking of companies. They think about the company's turnover rate, which means how many drivers they go through for a year. 100% turnover rate means they have to hire one driver for every truck they got. So that means one driver already quit and they had to hire another one. And that has to do with how they treat the drivers, how the company, how they practice their business towards their employees. Also, their safety rate. A lot of these companies, the bigger ones especially, are startup companies, which means they train you, they put you out on the road, and you're basically maybe find out if you're going to make it or not with that company or on the road. Now, training and schooling and all that stuff, really, I think the main thing about a lot of the drivers out here today, they don't have any common sense. New ones and some of the older ones. And I'll just leave it at that. It just seems like people aren't using their brains anymore. And when I'm guilty of it too. I've done some stupid things when I first started out too. I had a rough start with in the trucking career. I started well, when I first started thinking about driving a truck, probably when I was a kid, because my uncle drove a truck. And actually I found out years later, right after my mom died, I was 17, that my dad was a trucker, my bio dad. Never met him. Mom had a picture of him, I saw that. A couple years after I started driving truck, found out from my uncle that he was a trucker, drove for Fry Miller. So, say I was raised up as a redhead stepchild, I didn't even know it. And, but, as far as starting it, I guess I made my decision when I was 20. I lost everything in a fire. I was flipping burgers at McDonald's at the time. I saw a bumper sticker on a car for a truck driving school. Called them up, got some information. They said I had to wait till I was 21. When I was 21, April 15th, I drove 600 miles to truck driving school in Wisconsin, in Sun Prairie. And back then it was cab overs. They had like 10 row trucks, or I think the oldest one was like 10 years old, or I averaged 10 years old. And 12 or 15 yard trucks were older yet. I think one, if I remember right, was 1968. Graduated in a class of 64, 2-week training program. It was like, maybe we had 15 minutes road time each day. That was about it. Plenty of yard time, coupling, straight back, alley back. But when I got my first company in training, had 2 trainers, and 5 weeks out. Basically, all I was a wheel holder. Maybe backed the truck up 3 times. Never scaled a load out. Moved tandems. Basically all I knew was to drive down the road and pull in parking spots and fuel the truck. And use the Qualcomm and the logbooks. That was it. So I did make some bad decisions my first couple months out by myself. But they were all due to backing. I didn't end up in a ditch anywhere. Never hit a low bridge. Now, they didn't have GPS, so I didn't follow it down to a bike trail. They actually, and I still use it. This is my GPS. And sometimes it just frees up. I got a little GPS, but I don't depend on it totally. After years of driving up and down the road, some roads you do know, some routes you know by heart. But the ones I don't know, I look on the map. And the company I work for, they route you. They give you the routing number, the route numbers, and I check the route numbers. And so you make sure the truck routes, etc. And mostly you gotta be careful about certain cities, about where you go, and best thing to do is call for directions. Don't ever depend on that GPS. At least 100% anyway. Like I said, you never had to be high tech to be in the trucking industry before. I'm not now. Like I said, my phone is 2 years old. I don't have any trucking apps on it. I get news off it for trucking industry off my Facebook and stuff like that. I like driving truck. I like the solitude of it. That's one thing I always liked. Most of the time, you get dispatched, they tell you when to be there, where to go, when to be there, and it's up to you to get it done. And I like that. And with the right company, they take care of the trucks. They do everything that needs to be done. So I've always been a company driver. Never leased, never tried to be owner operator. I have thought about it when I first started driving truck. My first 2 years, I had saved $14,000 just from living in the truck, driving. But like I said, we'll see what happens. Try to be a little bit more interesting next time, maybe. This is the kind of things that, when I do it the first time, you spend the night talking to that CB, just jabbing away, BSing at each other, and let the night fly by while you're going down the road. So, until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye.